Sure.
So I don't really know anything about it, but I'm sure you know a ton about it. So what do you think? I mean, if to me, from the little bit that I've read and seen, um, it seems like when we look at like things like, you know, Web 3.0, that's kind of what it brings to the table. Like I said, I don't know much about it. What are your thoughts on that?
As a concept, Web3, decentralized applications offer a lot to empower people to be more in control of their data and for there to be more resilience of the sharing of knowledge without it being suppressed or taken down. So as a core concept, there's a lot of potential there. I think one of the issues that Web3 needs to solve is scalability in terms of like mass adoption. That's something that Web3 is going to need to solve. But specifically relating to your question, there's a lot of potential as a core concept with decentralized applications, allowing individuals to be in control of their data, their identity with cryptographic proofs that are seamless and easy without anyone needing to know cryptography, and information sharing being very difficult to suppress. Not impossible, but very difficult.
So do you have any experience with cryptocurrency or I'm not going to ask darknet markets, but
I don't.
Tor, I2P, any of those?
I don't have any experience with darknet markets, even though you didn't ask. But the cryptocurrencies, yeah. Back when Bitcoin first came out, we were like sharing it like candy on HacksMe. We were having contests like whoever can write this Python script will get like 50 Bitcoin, and it was kind of ridiculous and everything. Hindsight's always 2020. I'm
Mhm.
sure that backup database in a private message somewhere, but I'm not going to go look for it. It is what it is. But yeah, it all started when Bitcoin came out, is when I got interested in it. And then the next project from Bitcoin or after Bitcoin was, of course, Ethereum, and then Litecoin, and then Monero, which I'm a huge fan of, and then EOS, and that had its own controversies. I was really excited about the like EOS was going to be an Ethereum killer in terms of scalability and what it could do with smart contracts and DApps. Um, I don't think it ended up working out, but I was a huge fan of that project when it first started, and I'm always just trying to see like what projects are currently trending. And Stellar Lumens looks cool. I'm not a fan of Ripple, but yeah, you can give me a name of a cryptocurrency. I could probably give you an opinion on it. It's cryptocurrency is really cool as a concept. It remains it it's becoming more mainstream over time. It hasn't died like everyone says it's going to die. Every single crash, crypto's over, right? That it's here to stay, guys.
Yeah, I mean we saw the same thing. I mean, you had the same thing with the internet bubble that burst, and people, there's long for the longest time people would be like, the internet was a fad.
Yeah, I know, right?
Do you know about that coin that Nexus Yang's talking about, Coin Yi? Have you heard of
I
that?
That's like Kanye's coin or something. I have no idea.
So the downfall though is like all that, all the KYC nonsense, and obviously there's definitely some really good alternatives out there for KYC. But it's just crazy how they're trying to kind of control everything and set it up where everything is monitored. Even in that one market, it's like the Fed coming out with their own cryptocurrency, like it's a massive thing in and oh, we're gonna have our own crypto. Like, who cares? It's fiat anyway. Like you're just trash.
Oh, 100% agree with that. And I mean, if you keep your coins in one of those exchanges and there's all this KYC and stuff, it's not much different than fiat in the sense of what we have with our what I like to refer to as legacy institutions with the banks and how we transfer money. Um, but there are a lot of cool projects called DEXs, which are decentralized exchanges that require no KYC, and they can't require KYC, and they can't be taken down. So that's why dexes are cool. I think one of them's called Bisq, BISQ.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, and as soon as you download it and run it, it runs. From my understanding, it runs natively. It runs Tor natively. So like when you start it up, it's already tunneling through Tor.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that was really cool when I checked it out. I don't. Do you know, Sam, if it's still an active project?
Yeah, last time I checked it out, which was probably about, I don't know, like a month or two ago, it was still around. So yeah, I mean, but there's a ton of different, different options that are out there for people who want to maintain their privacy, which is a right.
Absolutely. And yeah, I think that's actually like it goes back to like the alternative networks and like what are some things that are exciting about Web3. I think decentralized exchanges and them becoming more popular are the next big thing because they go back to the core of what cryptocurrency was originally about, which was complete financial control without these other institutions forcing you to do your banking in certain ways or taking your money in order to do business. Now that power has been restored to people and individuals engaging in trade, and I can send value to somebody in Venezuela instantly. And then like reversible transactions too, like it's just arbitrary. Whereas with cryptocurrency, that's the other thing where on the one hand you need to be careful, you need to identify who you're doing business with, but on the other hand, when you transact, if you're using like a true decentralized network with a good consensus algorithm, it's not going to get reversed. Um, which is actually one of the reasons why I really like Monero. Bitcoin is the king of the court, obviously, but Bitcoin isn't completely fungible because of the nature of the blockchain. You can trace every single transaction back to an identity, which means exchanges can blacklist Bitcoins that come from particular addresses via statistical analysis and looking at the chain of transaction history. Whereas with Monero, that's not possible. So with Monero, every single coin is fungible, whereas with Bitcoin, that's not true. I still think Bitcoin has a very strong use case, but that's just one big difference.
Have you ever heard of Cake Wallet?
No, can you tell me about it?
Yeah, so I was on Monero Talk a while ago, and I know you were asking questions there. But there was he had brought up in a so there's a interview that I had watched, and it was the interview like so before going on his show, I wanted to know like I never heard of Monero Talk or Monero. I always pronounce it wrong. So I had looked it up and I'd seen that he had done an interview with a guy called Sal the Agorist on YouTube, um, right before me, and I had watched it. And like I've been out of loop for a while, so like they're talking about like Bitcoin maxis. I was like, what the hell is a Bitcoin maxi? So I'm
Oh,
googling it. It's like
okay.
go ahead.
No, I was just saying. Okay, you're getting into that. Yeah, go ahead.
So like I learned a lot from it. So when he had mentioned something and he had said cake wallet, I was like, what the hell's a cake wallet? So like I looked it up and basically it's like you're going out to eat or you're at a store or whatever it is, and you want to buy something, but like you want to buy this stuff and you want to have privacy when you buy it for whatever reason.
Mhm.
Like it's just your right to have it. So basically what it does, from my understanding, and again, this is completely ignorant understanding. I haven't even installed it, so I have no idea. But is like if I'm gonna buy something, let's say I'm gonna buy like this remote, and this remote is like $1. Um, with Cake Wallet on my phone, I can put in like the name of the store, bring it up, and it'll generate a gift certificate for that amount. So like if this thing comes out to like $1, $1.21, it'll generate a gift card for that exact amount. So when I cash out, I'm buying this with Monero instead of buying it with a debit card or buying it with USD. So I can buy anything from any store, even if they don't accept Monero. I can buy anything from any store with this kind of wallet. It's like almost like a Rosetta Stone, like a skeleton key or a universal key that lets you spend, Monero anywhere.
That's a cool concept. I'll have to look into that. That sounds really promising.
Yeah, I thought so too, especially for Monero, because it's such a like, it's definitely. I remember when it was like a niche kind of thing. And thank you, Nexus Yang. I remember when it was like a niche thing, and like not a lot of people really messed with it. Like I remember when it was like $12, I think, and it just and then I remember it hit 400 and something, and I liquidated everything I had into Bitcoin and re-upped. Uh, but what are your favorite cryptocurrencies? Like your top three, if you had to pick them.
Monero, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Ethereum for the nature of the smart contracts. Bitcoin because it's what's driving a lot of adoption in the mainstream. And then
Yeah.
Monero because I think it's the best coin in terms of what cryptocurrency seeks out to be. It fulfills the original values that we look for in cryptocurrency
Yeah.
and does things really well. Like back to what you're talking about, like if you go to a store and you want to transact privately, like that's your right. There are also like really good logical reasons to transact privately all the time. One example is on like a public transparent blockchain like Bitcoin. When you go to transact at a store, they can see your wallet and all your transaction history. They can see how rich or poor or how much you have. And they probably shouldn't do this, but they could mark up the price of what you're about to buy because they know, like, hey, this guy's a millionaire. So like financial discrimination is eliminated with a privacy-based coin like Monero.